We always do all of these things.
The answer should be a negative 188. The answer for that one should be 11. Alright, the answer should be 5 on this one. The winning number is 1. Number 1 is plus or minus 3i. You must have the plus or minus. 2 is plus or minus 6i. 3 is plus or minus 9i. 4 is plus or minus 12i. 5 is plus or minus 25i. 6 is plus or minus 2i, square root of 3. 7 is plus or minus 2i, square root of 15. 8 is plus or minus 4i, square root of 5. 9 is plus or minus 6, square root of 2. This one should have an I right there as well as there. 10 is plus or minus 2i, square root of 10. Number 1 was holiday with 2 homework passes and a free test. 2 is storms with 2 homework passes. 3 is Preston, 2 homework passes. McAllister was 4th with 2 homework passes. Today's Common Core objective. Complex number system, we're still going to do a little bit of this, except just a little bit different today. Extend polynomial identities to the complex numbers. Here's example 1. I have x squared plus 108 equals 0. So what I do first is rewrite it as x squared minus a negative 108. That'll technically give us a difference of 2 squares, even though 108 is not a perfect square. So then we have to factor out. You'll have x plus minus, and then you put in the square root of negative 108. And the difference today is that the numbers you must simplify are a little bit higher. So if you take out an I from each one, you're left with this. And your preliminary answer should be plus or minus I square root of 108. To simplify the square root of 108, remember you need your list of perfect squares. If you cut 108 in half, you get 54. So that means you need to test the perfect squares that are lower than 54 into 108. Those would be 49, 36, 25, and all the way down to 4. So what perfect square will divide evenly into 108? How many times will 36 go into? Yeah, that's right, 3. So the square root of 36 is 6, so it's 6i square root of 3, plus or minus 6i square root of 3. Example 2. X squared plus 98 equals 0. Rewrite it as x squared minus a negative 98 equals 0. And then factor out with an x plus and an x minus. square root of negative 98 in each of them, and then take out an I. So your preliminary answer would be plus or minus the square root of 98. Now, cut 98 in half and it's 49, and is that it? Yep, that's it. As soon as you cut 98 in half, you land on a perfect square of 49. So you would simplify it as plus or minus square root of 49 times what? 2 goes in there. So plus or minus, and I've left out an I, as usual. There we go. So the square root of 49 is 7. Plus or minus 7i square root of 2 is the final answer. Rewrite this as x squared minus a negative 125 equals 0, and break it up as x plus the square root of negative 125 and x minus the square root of negative 125. Now you have to take out an I from each one. When you do that, you're going to be left with your preliminary answer, which is going to be plus or minus I square root of 125, but that breaks up as 25 and 5. So your answer is plus or minus 5i square root of 5. The answer to the bonus is 153. Here's another bonus. We still have 3 practice problems out. The answer for this one is 38. For the practice problem, you should have x squared minus a negative 63 equals 0, and then split those up as x plus the square root of negative 63, x minus the square root of negative 63. Take out an I, and when you do that, you can go to your preliminary answer of plus or minus I square root of 63, but a 9 will come out of 63, and you'd have to multiply that by 7. So plus or minus 3i square root of 7 is the answer. The bonus answer is 107. Before we do these extra problems, here's just a reminder. If I had x squared minus x minus 20 equals 0, and I wanted to solve that, if it's factorable, then you can do this. 2 numbers that multiply to give me a negative 20. Can you come up with 2 numbers that give me a negative 20 when you multiply them? Negative 10 and, that'd be a negative 100. Negative 10 and 2, and what else? Negative 2 and 10. Anything else that would work? Negative 5 and 4, and what else? 4 and negative 5. Now, which pair of those numbers will add to give you a negative 1? Negative 5 and 4, right. So that would be x minus 5 x plus 4. And to get your final answer, you would have to reverse these. So the answer is 5 and then negative 4. Let's say I had x squared minus 5x minus 14 equals 0. What two numbers would multiply to give me a negative 14? Negative 7 and 2, and what else? That's the same thing. Just in reverse. 7 and negative 2. What else would work? And what else? That's the same thing. You almost had me writing it down. Which pair of numbers will add to give you a negative 5? 7 and negative 2 would give me a positive 5. Yeah. Yeah, negative 7 plus 2 would give me the negative 5. So it's x minus 7, x plus 2. But reverse these. So it's 7, negative 2 for the solution. What if I had x squared minus 14 x minus 15 equals 0? What two numbers will multiply to get a negative 15? What else? 7 and negative 8. We're not adding, we're multiplying. Right. 15 and 1. Negative 15 and 1. Alright. Which pair will add to give me a negative 14? Right, negative 15 and 1. So it's x minus 15, x plus 1. Reverse these to get the final answer. This one will factor out as x plus and x minus. Two numbers that multiply to get negative 63 and add to get negative 2 are positive 7 and negative 9. But you flip those numbers to get the final answer. Negative 7, 9. This breaks up as x plus 8, x plus 4. 8 times 4 is 32, and 8 plus 4 is 12. So if you flip the signs, negative 8, negative 4. On this homework assignment, you only have to do 1 through 5.